And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. And yeah, after I recorded last episode, I realized I mentioned building the Rainbow Gen. And I sort of thought the last episode was going to be like the final one, but then I was like, wait a second. I mentioned the Rainbow Gen, and I haven't done anything with that. And I've never actually built one. I've never actually gotten one working. And I hear it's quite spectacular when you do. Produces a lot of power. So in order to facilitate that, we're going to be crafting some stuff for the Rainbow Gen. And also, as far as power goes, well, the battery downstairs, this guy here, is full. So literally 17 trillion RF, almost 18 trillion RF, completely full. And this is a tiny version. This is a 5x5x5. Now, the wiki for the induction matrix here says it can go up to 18x18x18. However, one that size causes incredible amounts of lag, server lag. So we're not going to go that big, but we're going to go bigger. We're going to build a bigger one, building a bigger battery. And so we're kind of in the extremes of the game right now. So in order to build that, we're going to need a few things. First of all, we're going to need a massive amount of iron and gold. And to do that, we're going to be smelting hundreds of thousands of iron and gold. While the four little smelters I have above us, not really set up for that amount of processing. So we're building a little smelting bank over here. Flower is assisting me, and she is just awesome. So there's 64 of these. 32 of these are going to be iron. 32 of these are going to be gold. Because if we look at the induction cell, these induction cells, so you have the providers and you have the cells, and these things require the energy tablets, which require gold, enriched alloys, which is iron, and redstone. So a massive amount of redstone, a massive amount of iron and gold. So over here, I actually want to go to my redstone, and I'm going to tweak this. So instead of 200,000 redstone, I want like 800,000 redstone. So it's going to actually suck all that redstone out of that chest, and it's going to give it to us. And likewise, do we have 226 gold? We're going to do, like, I want 500,000 gold. And then where's iron? Smack in the middle. Right there. So pulverized iron, I want like 800,000 iron, and that should pull in. We do have some iron. I did start a craft for iron, and it did start pulling stuff in. So with 223,000 iron, we have 800,000 iron already ready to go, and now gold is increasing, as is redstone is vastly increasing now. So yeah, we're going to be adding up gold and redstone. Oops, didn't mean to grab those. There we go. And those specific resources I have special drives for, which is why I'm not concerned with filling up my inventory or filling up my drives here. So if we look at our special drives, we have redstone storage. This thing can store like 64 million redstone before it fills up. And then we have iron and gold down here. Again, not concerned with filling those up. It's just a matter of time. And as you can see, I have a big processor. Yes, this is a huge processor. There are 96 64K crafting storages in here. And then roughly 100 and, let's see if I do the math right, 154 or so. No, more than that. 100, and I made 180, and I had 16 left over. 74, like, yeah, 160 something coprocessors. And you need all this space if you're going to be making a big craft. So yeah, this is a giant processor, and then I expanded our other big one. I doubled the size of our other big one just because I knew we were going to have some secondary crafts that I wanted to get out of the way before anything. Mainly like enriched alloy and steel and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to really ramp up our ability to store some things and craft some things. So I need a giant CPU and a, basically a setup allowing me to do this. So the other thing I want to do is ramp up how much lithium I have. I'm not sure how much lithium this is going to take. And this thing has been running constantly since I set it up. And it's been weeks. This thing has been running. Weeks and weeks and weeks. And it has been filling up this tank with liquid lithium all that time. And we got a little shy of 700,000 buckets of lithium. And this tank can hold 2 million buckets. So we're way below that. But I want to actually ramp up how much lithium I have. So we are going to set this to be like 60,000 lithium. I want 60,000 lithium, and that should start these things going. And they all are upgraded, so everything is good to go. And this thing is pushing out a massive amount of lithium. And now we're actually draining the lithium out of here. So we're using it faster than we're making it. And these things are still going. Beautiful. 3.3 thousand degrees. Let's get that in C. So we're at 3,000 degrees Celsius. 5,500 degrees Fahrenheit for each one of these. So we're processing it at the fastest it can possibly go, and we're at about 18 millibuckets per tick of the liquid lithium, which is abysmal. But we've got a lot stored up, and this is just going to sit and process for us. And now we want to start setting up the smelters here. And in order to do that, we're going to, let's see, how do we want to set this up? First, we're going to need a quantum entangled porter for power. And see all the stuff that had to craft. Holy cow. And then we're going to need some cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which I should have on autocraft. Yes. So this is cryo-stabilized, are basically you wrap a resonant flux duct in some more material, it empties it out, it creates a flux duct that's empty, and then you just have to fill it with cryotheum, the drilled cryotheum, and then boom, you're good to go. I want like 256 of these. I may need more, I'm not sure. But we're gonna power these from the back. And I would like to separate out. So I'm gonna kind of pick, I don't really need to pick the middle-ish, I just need to pick a side. So I want to go back to, okay, that is against the wall, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to do power supply. And you're going to be energy output on all sides, eject on. So he's ready for energy. And the cryo stabilized, we're going to go in the back here. It's because these are going to be pulling a lot of power. And why did you stop? You are smelting electrum, it seems. Okay, so I'm sure once this gets done, what are you waiting on? You're waiting on something. Well, that hardened glass is taking its sweet time, isn't it? Okay. So, basically, kind of come in here. So these two are going to be coming out from that side, like that. The flux ducts don't themselves store any power, so they don't have any power that they have inherently on them. But yeah, we're gonna, and then this side is gonna pull out and store those three. And this side is gonna pull out, and those three are gonna be powered over there. And we should be able to push enough power. Well, we'll see. We'll see how well the power does once all those gelled cryotheums are done. The interfaces should be done. I've got 2 stacks of interfaces. And so we're going to have one set of interfaces on one side and one on the other side, because these are going to be processing really, really fast. And yeah, we're going to need interfaces on both sides, which is why I have so many coprocessors on that processor up above. So that CPU up above has a lot of coprocessors in order to power or sort out all of these things in here. So yeah, we're gonna make this thing work here. So I would like to first set all the golds up. So we're gonna just set up these. I want to make sure these are organized. So, go down. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So all of these are going to get basically a gold crafting pattern. And I'm going to take the gold crafting pattern out of these over here, because these are no longer going to produce gold. And if you leave them in, the system may not even see what happened to the patterns in here. Oh, those are empty. Are these the ones that are? Okay, they're there. So gold, 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 and gold. Those are all out now. The rest are iron, and we're going to do iron in a second. So, go over to the pattern terminal. There's a pattern. So I need 32 of these. I already have, I already have 4. So 4 minus 32, I need 28 more of these. And let's see if I have enough space in my inventory for that. So I'm going to do this. That's going to paste this in here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, I only have 20. So let's go to the pattern terminal here and do, I think these are probably going to be factory. These are probably going to, no, are they going to report as factory? Ah, I know what's the problem. They're not actually hooked up to the system yet. Yeah, I don't have these hooked up. I wanted them to be all hooked up at the same time. So we can just input these directly. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to turn off the terminal interface, because I don't need them to show in terminal anymore. They've already got the pattern they need. And this is just sort of a repeating process that you put the pattern in, turn the interface terminal on hide, and then we move on. I think, yeah. So it's kind of a tedious process, but it works. There should be some more flour. There should be some more upgrades. So there's an energy and a speed upgrade set. I know I made like 256 of each. Those stack to 8. So I'm assuming you've done the muffler already.
Yep.
Yeah, we need an energy and a speed in each one of these. So those again stack to 8. Okay, now I need 8 more patterns for gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay, now the rest of these we should have exactly enough. And I'll do the same process for iron. I just wanted to show at least one side. And then we can do interfaces on the other side, and those are all going to be hidden as well. We don't need to see those. But we also need to set up the side configs, and this is the other kind of tedious part. She is putting in the upgrades right now. So we've got speed upgrades, and we have muffling upgrades. We're going to be putting in the energy upgrades in a bit. But the other thing is the side configs. So side config, the top and bottom, not really used for anything. So you just kind of learn how many clicks you need. I mean, energy, it doesn't really matter where energy, what it looks for energy. And make sure auto eject is on. That's important. Auto eject is on. And I know I've set these up before, but this pattern right here, in on the left, out on the right, auto eject on. And that will try to push all of the stuff out of the right side here, which is why we have another interface. Because it's going to push out so fast that there's really no other way of loading the stuff in the system fast enough. So yeah, this process is a little tedious trying to get these going. So I think right click, single click, eject on. And the power, I mean, the energy thing doesn't really matter. So if I do this, right click on, just learn that pattern and just repeat it over and over and over again. Oh, see, I messed that one up because I didn't hit eject on. There we go. So that first set is done, and I can put, nope, that's not interfaces. And then all of these need to also be hidden. And again, I'm going to finish this up in between episodes so we don't have to cover too much. I just wanted to cover the fact that we are doing this, so when we came back to build a battery, you weren't shocked to see that we had 64 more smelters, all processing materials, and you're like, wait a second, when did that go up? I'm gonna need to turn on the void miner again here because we're probably draining a lot of material. Yeah, we are still pulling material out. How much redstone? Oh, we're just about at the 800,000 redstone that I wanted. 84,000 redstone blocks redstone ore that we have to smelt. But as soon as this hits 800,000, it should stop. Gold, it's got 112,000. I'm pretty sure it's going to empty that out, which is fine. I'm not worried about it. But again, this thing is turned off. So currently we're not actually pulling material. Okay, where was I? Okay. Yeah, we got a little bit of work left to do. A lot of these left to go. And gold is almost done. I've got 3 more rows of side configs and interfaces to put on. And then I'm going to do the iron same way as I did the gold. And that should round out the smelting system. And it should be able to smelt several 100,000 material in no time at all, which is what I'm going for. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.